The protection of Montenegro's coastal and marine environment is crucial for the sustainable development of the country. The fulfillment of European environmental legislation is of utmost importance for a country's envisaged integration into the European Union. In order to facilitate this important goal, a project for the development of the management plan for the first marine protected area in Montenegro has been activated by the Ministry of Spatial Planning and Environment. This project is comprised under the framework of the activities for the implementation of the National Strategy for Sustainable Development of Montenegro, and it is sponsored by the Italian Ministry for the Environment, Land and Sea.
Crna Gora sa Republikom Italijom dijeli Jadransko more, to je naša zajednička briga i cijenim da je veoma važno da priobalje i naše italijansko bude pod zajedničkom zaštitom. Naravno, s obzirom da je vrijeme novih tehnologija, vrijeme globalizacije izazova, mislim da je veoma važno da se zajedno potrudimo i da našu zajedničku prirodnu cjelinu zajedno zaštitimo. U tome Italija ima mnogo više iskustva i u tom dio smo zaista zahvalni gospodinu Koradiju Kliniju, koji je generalni direktor Ministarstva zaštite kopna i mora Republike Italije i koji čini sve da nam pomogne kako bi Jadransko more bilo što ljepše i što čistije za sve one generacije koje dolaze poslije nas. U tom cilju već 2 godine traje zajednička aktivnost kako bi jednu posebnu oblast Katiča kod Petrovca zajednički zaštitili. Kažem još jedan put, u tome nam strašno pomaže iskustvo Italije. I naravno ne treba zaboraviti da zajedno dijelimo taj prostor Mediterana i da smo dužni prema našim potomcima da taj prostor zajednički zaštitimo i da naravno nekim budućim generacijama ostavimo onu ljepotu u kojoj danas mi i naše porodice uživaju.
In recent years, coastal and marine areas have been subject to increasing pressures from human activities threatening valuable and fragile ecosystems. Fast urbanization and tourism development have resulted in a rapid degradation and loss of natural habitats, particularly on the coast. Beaches and their immediate surroundings, dunes, coastal wetlands and caves. The progressive decrease of fish catch year by year is a clear indicator that the marine ecosystems are subject to excessive pressures from construction, illegal and unsustainable fishing practices, pollution, discharge of waste at sea, exploitation of natural resources. Following consultations with relevant stakeholders, the site of the pilot MPA was selected by the Ministry of Spatial Planning and Environment. It includes coastal areas from Peražica do to Crni Rt Cape. The area covers approximately 12 kilometers of the coast between the Budva and Bar. Small town of Petrovac is located opposite Katič and Sveta Nedelja Islands and stands in the very center of Montenegro's pilot MPA. During the recent years, similar to other Montenegrin coastal resorts, Petrovac has witnessed a rapid expansion of tourism, chiefly beach and nautical, and tourist infrastructures. The necessary environmental infrastructures and facilities which would ensure proper control of the environmental issues have not been fully developed. The local economic activities are mostly seasonal and related to tourism, lacking relevant industries in the surrounding areas. Initial research suggests that the preservation and protection of traditional activities would be economically sustainable and could coexist with the respect of MPA zoning areas.
The Italian Ministry for the Environment is supporting the preparation and the designing of the first marine protected area in the Montenegro coastal zone. Marine protected area is an investment for the future of the sustainable management of the coastal zone of Montenegro, taking into account both the touristic activities and the marine productivity from the point of view of the fisheries. I am confident that the establishment of the first marine protected area in southern Montenegro in front of Petrovac will drive new activities and new investments for the protection of the marine environment in all the coastal zone of Montenegro.
A survey on marine ecosystems has been carried out as a pilot project on habitat mapping in the MPA. Survey team consisted of 5 Italian and Montenegrin experts in marine biology, 3 project coordinators and 3 Montenegrin crew. Dr. Vesna Macic, a marine biologist and expert for marine ecosystems of the Institute of Marine Biology from Kotor, was asked to participate as a local scientific supervisor of the activities. Officers of natural and local authorities have also been invited to assist as observers to the survey operations. The first phase of the survey was carried out in May of 2010 and consisted in a first seabed exploration using an underwater towed camera. Water quality measurements were also done using a multiparametric probe. The second phase of the survey was carried out in June 2010. The survey team performed a visual census on fish populations and the qualitative and quantitative assessment of status of Posidonia oceanica and Simidocia nodosa, the seagrass beds. Preliminary outcomes. Seawater quality is good on average, with no heavy impact from pollution sources. Overall good status of seagrass meadows in the whole study area, with evidence of degradation processes in some areas. Presence of several protected habitat and species such as seagrasses Posidonia oceanica and Simidocia nodosa. Date mussel, giant tun, noble pen shell, purple starfish, slippery lobster, marine sponge, dusky grouper, common seahorse, brown alga. After the establishment of the national MPA, these important species could be a good reason for the MPA to be inserted in the list of specially protected areas of Mediterranean importance. The negative impacts on ecosystems are showing up in low number of fish species and low consistency of fish populations. High impact of unsustainable and illegal practices such as trawler fishing near the coast, date mussel harvesting, fishing with explosives, spear fishing with tanks, and construction waste dumping. Lack of enforcement of existing rules and effective control of safety issues in nautical traffic, water sports, swimming and bathing zones. There is a good potential for low-impact traditional activities in tourism. Clear example of ecosystem degradation is the frequent illegal harvesting of the European date mussel, which is widespread along the Mediterranean rocky coastline. Due to its extremely high price and demand, scuba divers break the rock by hammers to extract the mussel in spite of the fact that the law prohibits its collection and sale. This activity has a severe impact on the benthic communities covering the rocks, affecting the fish, fauna and causing a concomitant increase of sea urchin populations. The recolonization of these areas will take decades. Another crucial issue related to the marine life that would be particularly addressed by the project is the preservation of the marine seagrass meadows. Seagrasses are rooted, flowering plants that grow, forming dense and highly productive beds of great importance to invertebrates and fish. Meadows of seagrass are key habitats in the life cycle of many organisms. The seagrass meadows are preferred nursery habitat for a large set of organisms that cannot live in unvegetated bottoms. Increased food availability and refuge from predation explain the high importance of this marine habitat. As a result, the abundance and diversity of fauna and flora are consistently higher than those of adjacent unvegetated areas. Posidonia oceanica is a long-living and slow-growing species. Simulation models based on rhizome growth and branching patterns indicate that it should spend 350 years to develop a 15-meter diameter clone. In the Mediterranean Sea, Posidonia oceanica beds cover the coastal areas corresponding to 25% of the sea bottom at depths of up to 40 meters, and Posidonia beds is listed as a priority habitat under the European Habitats Directive. As a perennial organisms, they reflect surrounding environmental conditions and therefore they are excellent biological indicators on which environmental monitoring and management of coastal waters can focus on. However, seagrass meadows are in regression because they are subject to many pressures: littoral constructions, urban and industrial pollution, mechanical destruction, and eutrophication of marine ecosystems resulting from dumping from aquaculture, agriculture, and urban activities. Seagrass beds are vulnerable to human disturbance and have declined substantially in many coastal areas due to pressure in the form of nutrient loading, turbidity, siltation, and mechanical disturbance. A pilot marine protection area is a site where the current trends of social and economic development are harmonized with the need for environmental protection at the highest possible standard in order to contribute to the conservation, restoration, and enhancement of biological diversity, and to maintain the productivity of the marine and coastal environment. The methodology that is being developed for the management of the pilot MPA of Petrovac is designed to be replicated to other future marine protected areas along the Montenegrin coast. The creation of marine protected areas, setting aside some areas for protecting the diversity of plants, animals, and habitats, is an effective tool for providing lasting protection, enabling restoration and the wise use of natural resources.